Oh yeah, I was wanting to talk about gray zones because now you were talking about uh, there are some fruits and vegetables that can help increase testosterone or whatever, help you increase your chances of building muscle. And I can see how people think, well, if I take 100 carrots or whatever it is now, carrots is not one of the ones you suggested, but then I will increase my levels. So why not, instead of having to eat all these carrots, I should use the one you mentioned, but whatever. Then
Vegetables, but yeah, like green surface vegetables. But anyways, finish your thought. Then you
my
can use
thought,
carrots.
so then I could just replace it with this simple pill, which is doing the same thing as all these carrots, and I'll save money on all the carrots or be able to eat things that I prefer to eat. So you can end up with this gray zone that's maybe a slippery slide from seeing how you can increase testosterone in a natural way and replace it by something more straightforward in an unnatural way.
Yes. So, but like my thoughts on that.
Yeah, your thoughts on that. And I have 10 minutes before we have to reboot.
That's okay. So my thoughts on that is just what type of person are you? Are you an easy way out type of person? And with carrots, we'll just use carrots. There's always going to be carrots. So you're not reliant on some sort of foreign substance that isn't, if it runs out or that company shuts down or whatever, like what are you going to do? One of the things, and like my brand being called the Natural Alpha is, and I'm trying to do this more too, is learn to be more self-reliant.
Yeah. I don't know why I just laughed. I was just thinking of the carrots could be in your logo. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, right. But when you're more self-reliant, you can, it's just going out to what's there. And truly, and I said before earlier in the interview that I'm sort of a nature boy, and I've sort of grew up to harness the power of nature and all of these things and believe in it. So I was very much, I have that in my psyche, whereas other people might not be really in tune with nature, and I think that they would gravitate towards it, and they don't know the power that you can harness from it, right? So being more self-reliant, growing your own food. If you can't grow it, go to a local farmer who can, and eliminating all that stuff when it gets into testosterone and estrogen and balancing your hormones and optimizing hormones too. If you take away the triggers, a lot of people don't think about taking away the triggers. So triggers would be things that are highly estrogenic. And I mentioned this before. This was the pesticides, the herbicides, all those things. Take those out of your diet and let your physiology regulate itself. Because if you're not giving that even a chance, I mean, what do you expect? So that's one of the things is taking that out, getting good sleep so that your testosterone and your growth hormone has those giant spikes at night, like they're supposed to. So again, I got those 5 foundational principles that I was talking about. I know I sound like a broken record, but actually, well, yeah, but they're sort of umbrella terms. There's details to them, but I won't bore you with them. You can go to my very first podcast, or I think it's my very first YouTube video too, right? And I talk about like just do this, right? But yeah, it's nutrition, hydration, sleep, exercise, and stress management. But like those are just the titles. Like how you do that varies between. That might be a whole separate show that we can do. But
Yeah.
But again, I'll cover nutrition very basically. Like I said, it's getting those triggers out of the way. So getting organic as much as possible, free range meats as much as possible. And if you're going to have vegetables, have those cruciferous green vegetables that have the anti-estrogenic effects, and balance yourself out, right? And then when you do that, your stress levels go down too, because anytime you ingest something that your body doesn't know how to handle, it raises your cortisol level as well and throws your blood sugar off. And then you're stressed, and then your energy is low, and then you go hunting for ice cream and potato chips because your body's trying to it wants the quickest thing to rebalance the blood sugar because it thinks it's a blood sugar crash and you're stressed, and that's stress eating, and then it's a cycle.
Oh.
I could go on, right?
Woo! Good
Right,
stuff.
but and then that leads to, again, shitty sleep. So then you don't get your testosterone and growth hormone, and then you're even more tired, and you want to reach again just for a pill because you just don't have the fortitude, the mental fortitude to do it. Like, you've been robbed of your naturally given, right to feel a certain way. But a lot of people don't really believe in choices that much. They think if something's on the shelf, then it's okay to buy because my government said it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, dude, you gotta now give me your address because I want to live whatever planet you're living on. But